I thought they were good earnings with the exception of the revenue, but that's not what the equity market's telling us.
It is not what the equity market is telling you. Selling off about 4%, more than 4% at sometimes in early trading this morning. And to your point, this does seem like a really good showing for UPS. They actually raised their operating margin. They kept their profit guidance intact. They're curtailing capital expenditures, which of course has been a sticking point with investors concerned about the degree of spending and whether or not you're getting the payoff. They would seem to be checking all the boxes that FedEx failed to check a month ago, but I think there's just some little niggles around the edges. You pointed out the revenue numbers coming in just a little bit shy, and when you drill down into those profit margins, unit costs were down, but so was revenue per package. And remember that this third quarter had a huge surge in volumes, probably from Amazon, because FedEx cut off its Amazon business, and some of that likely shifted to UPS. So if you see that yield coming down on those packages, that raises the question of, did UPS make the right decision? Is this ultimately a good and profitable business to hold on to as Amazon increasingly becomes a competitor?
Yeah, it's amazing how much Amazon becomes a wild card for both of these companies after being sort of the tailwind for them for so long. How much does the departure of Jim Barber sort of factor into the share reaction that we're seeing this morning?
I think that adds to the jitters, but for me, this is actually probably going to be a positive step. David Abney, the CEO at UPS, has made a number of changes to bring in outsiders. He hired a former Pepsi executive to be his new CFO, the chief transformation officer, chief marketing officer, all came from the outside. And it was sort of a recognition that UPS's traditional culture of bringing people up through the pipeline was probably not the way that the company needed to position itself going forward as you get into this changing world with Amazon as a competitor. And so I think this now creates an opportunity to bring in more people from the outside, which is only going to help the company in my perspective. And again, another sharp contrast with FedEx here, which only recruits from the inside and has had 30, 40-year veterans running this company.